Music is an enigma to most people, and I hope this sheds some light on the works of geniuses of the past and how they broadened musical talent. And if not, I'm sure you'll some cool music. Now, we should first acknowledge here that there is world music, and it has its own systems and boundaries to be broken, but we're focusing on a lot of Western traditions that have currently influenced the world around us now and in the past. First, a brief look at Western classical music and the past over there. We hit the Renaissance and the Middle Ages period. This is mostly polyphonic music, which is many voices. It used the God-given instrument of the voice and expressed many religious ideas. Next was the Baroque period, which was stemming from the origin word Portuguese for poem, meaning decorated, reflecting music which was actually full of flourishes, played for royalty. Here's an example now. Next was the classical period, basically the staple term for all music of the past. But you'll actually find that classical music was a lot clutter-free, really. Tried to emulate the mentality of classical Greece, very clean, very sorted out structures. There's another example from Mozart, maybe you've heard of him. Next was the Romantic period. Now, there's one word to describe the Romantic period. It's beautiful. As composers were more free to express the sentiments of the time, people became much more indulgent with their music. They composed much more lyrical melodies and song-like phrases, stuff you'd probably hear on the radio. Now we move on to the 20th century, and in all essence, it was a boiling pot. With so many new ideas from different geniuses, we had jazz, neoclassicism, atonalism, minimalism. But I believe we can break these different aspects of music into four categories that final frontiers were broken on. The technical aspects, physicality of actually playing music, the topic of modern harmony and how that's changed throughout the time, and ideas of how composition and music in the brain have been changed by exploiting the mechanics of the brain. Now, for the technical aspects, humans have been playing music for practically as long as we've been alive. To watch a human play music is indescribable. It's often awe-inspiring, and their feats of virtuosity have often upped on the previous generations. The work of the Romantic composer Liszt is often cited for demanding extreme technical challenges. Now, next, with the advent of the piano roll, which is basically a card with a punch holds music in it that a computer can play, eliminating the need for a human element. Now this really freed up composers to what they want to express, and whatever that actually may be. It took away the technical aspects of it, and just allowed composers to do many things that weren't experimented with before. Currently, the black MIDI composers of today We call them that because of the MIDI file converted into a score. It looks like a complete black mesh of notes, as you'll hear. Is what we call people who use this sort of technique. Enough of that. Then people wanted to experiment with notes in between notes. Microtones, which is stuff that instruments could not produce. And although microtones have no real use in Western tradition, people began to experiment with them anyway. And this creates a very odd reactions with these different frequencies that had never been heard before. I hope for many of you this will be your first time hearing microtones in music. On the topic of modern harmony, jazz has been a great experiment in the past. Jazz is a great experiment at this, as we added more colour to chords. So the idea of a ball standard chord, and we added colour to it. And this is the essence of jazz, basically. As we began to experiment with this, people took this to extreme limits with really eccentric jazz reharmonizations. Next is, within the 20th century, we had a revolution against harmony, basically. The idea of having a tonal center and having a home key to come back to. Stravinsky, a brilliant revolutionist of this, actually worked around with this atonalism idea. When this piece was first premiered, it actually caused a 3-day-long riot. I hope to play this now. Sounds like film music, actually. Next we have the methods of composition, how this was exposed in the brain. Sureen, also a pioneer of this, looked towards the 12-tone method of composition, which actually involves pressing all the notes of chromatic piano that we have in a way that's melodic, but doesn't repeat anything in the past. So it is. Now, I have a bit of a question for you all. Who has watched Dunkirk? The composer of the soundtrack, Hans Zimmer, actually a personal favorite of mine, involved. He used techniques that exploited the mechanics of the brain, basically. He used an auditory illusion for one of the main type pieces, the mold, to create this idea of rising sound that wasn't actually there. It's something that your brain perceives. When he used this, this actually really changed the way that we think about how composition works. Now, these composers, musicians, and all of the past have worked to break past the final frontier. They broke past boundaries that never even been seen before. Music that played that wasn't even heard before. And I'd like to show you all this is how music is broken past all these limitations. And if you want to break past the final frontiers in your life, I put my hands in to live by. Thank you very much.